Welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to CF Cruz Azul versus Vancouver Whitecaps FC CONCACAF Champs Cup Final 2025. We'll have a champion at the end of the night. Could be 90 minutes, could be 180 or 120. 120. My bad. Or penalties. So, we'll see how this goes. We'll have a champion. That much we know. Question is who it'll be. CF Cruz Azul contra Vancouver Whitecaps en la final de la Concachampions de la CONCACAF. We'll see. Well, it's a final, so what'd you expect? Well, a big final. But here we are. Starting 11s are as follows. We have for Cruz Azul, Kevin Mir, the back five of Jorge Sanchez, Willard Dita, Eric Lira, Gonzalo Piovi, Carlos Rotondi. We have Charlie Rodriguez, Lorenzo Faravelli, Ignacio Rivero, midfield three, front two, Mateusz Bogusz, and Angel Sepulveda for Vancouver Whitecaps. We have Yohei Takaoka, the back four of Eddie Ocampo, Ranko Veselinovic, Tristan Blackman, Sam Atakubi, the midfield three of JC Ngando, Andres Cubas, Pedro Vite, and the front three of Ali Ahmed, Brian White, and Jaden Nelson. Well, and you were questioning him. I sweated bullets last night with a freaking NFL jersey on. So what? So what? I sweated bullets with a freaking NFL jersey on last night. Your point? We're about to get going. Here we go, Champs Cup Final. Because it's dignified. It's not every time. It's just most ones that I care about. I don't know. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. It just gives the vision of I know what I'm talking about. So maybe, people hit that subscribe button more. I don't know. You may stop seeing it if, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you'll see it for the Club World Cup final as well. I know that much. Thank you. Because, I don't know. Because he's old and they thought it wouldn't be as much of a problem than it was. I'm not sure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I said you were shitting on him. And then he comes good. I told you, give him some time. And you didn't want to listen. Minnesota 3-2, Seattle. Yeah. They earned that win. Tenny Luashe had a really good match. TKO doesn't care. They only care about the bottom line. And I guess he's too old for them. And the bottom line, him being there, isn't as good as it. Hey, you know what, though? He went out in a blaze of glory. Ironically enough. Ironically, he went out in a blaze of glory. R-Truth. I think that's respectable. I think that's respectable. So, do that what you will. Oh, the Raptors want to make a big trade during the summer. Sounds familiar. As this season, I honestly think no one could predict anything in this season to happen. I couldn't even predict Chupo's stats. Now he's third top scorer MLS. Well, I mean, yeah, I predicted Philly to be bottom of the East, and look where they are now. And it wasn't really a slide on Bradley Carnell, ironically enough. I still think St. Louis screwed up getting rid of him, but I didn't expect this Philly roster to do what they're doing. So, yeah, you're right. I also didn't expect Vancouver to be top of the West either. Also didn't think Vancouver would make it this far. So, Yeah, and hell, if you want to talk about the whole world season, yeah, no. Nobody. Hell, you could add that on as well. I mean, Toluca winning the Liga MX. I mean, they were good, but nobody thought America would really fall until they did. America lost to LAFC. Nobody expected a play-in, and then when it happened, nobody expected them to lose, and they lost. I think the only thing that was normal is Toronto sucks. Let's be real. The only thing that was normal is Toronto sucks ass. And Montreal sucks ass. Okay, yeah, that's normal too. In DC. LA Galaxy sucking ass was unexpected. St. Louis, I expected better out of them, to be real. But nobody expected Anselmi to pull what he pulled. And he did. He's at the Club World Cup. If he does bad, he's going to get fired. Game's about to get going. Probably. They want to fire his ass. You could tell. The way it's been talking. What'd I tell you? The quickest to 50 losses ever in baseball history. Vancouver or a wagon. Nobody expected that. Miami being frauds. Nobody even expected that. I agree. It is sad to see our truth get released. Same. Who are you rooting for? What do you think? What do you think? Cruz Azul. La Máquina. Vamos La Máquina. You're not wrong. How we doing, Henry? But at least I can admit their shit. 17 minutes to kick off. Well, that sounds about right. Because, you have to do the final stuff. You have to bring them out. Yeah, I'm not surprised that kickoff is 17 minutes away from the time it's posted. Because, of course, it is. Oh, it's also on Fox. Or FS1, I should say. Of course it is. FS1. Which, you know what? I like that. It's not proper Fox because it's not Miami. Boys' hearts must be pounding right now. Both the teams, and mine is too. I'm going to sweat bullets. I mean, I was sweating bullets NFL jersey last night during the LAFC game. So, yeah, I'm probably sure. I'm not even rooting. Well, I'm rooting for Cruz Azul because, I'm petty. I'm petty. It's like Seattle. It's like the Seattle final. The LAFC Tigres final and the Seattle final. I just hope it's more like the Tigres final. The Tigres LAFC final. It won't be, will it? Honestly, yes. I think that's a good bet. Yeah, I think that's a good bet. I think we're going to go to penalties. Like, I legit believe this will go to penalties. I don't know if that's Cope or not, but I think this game's going to go to penalties. No Canada pride. That's Edmonton. That's wanting Edmonton to win the Stanley Cup. There that is. Tonight, no. Because I want Toronto to be the first Canadian team to win the Champions Cup. I'm petty. I want them to be the first MLS team to win it in the modern era. That didn't happen. Seattle beat them to the punch. I could still root for Vancouver's downfall and Montreal's, but we're dealing with Vancouver right now, so. It'll take 3 years for Toronto to win it. In most cases, yes. Unless they call the Pirate. But still might take about 3 or 4 if that's the case. But if we're being realistic, being delusional too. But beta. Oh yeah, Stu Holden. I forgot. Beta. Are we going to keep that going? Are we starting that again? Beta. Beta. That's amazing. That's amazing. Beta. Oh, Lord. Starting 11 for Cruz Azul. Mir, Piovi, Lira, Dita, Rotondi, Rodriguez, Falavelli, Sanchez, Bogus, Rivero, Sepulveda. Oh, well, good for them. That's actually shocking. You're probably right. Same. I'm not 32 years old, so I'm not 32 years old. So yeah, you're same here. Same here. Same for Rory as well, but at least his team was the last one to win. And Dylan with 5 more gifted memberships. You love to see it. Adam gets one. Good supply. Shard, Mason, and Adam. The Adam Meekin gets 5 gifted memberships from Dylan. 5 of them were going to... 5 of the ones he gave last month were going to run out tonight. He gives 5 more. You love to see it. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's see. Starting 11, Takoka, Atakubi, Blackman, Veselinovic, Ocampo, Ngando, Kubas Vite, Nelson, White, Ahmed. How many trophies can MLS team win at most during a season? Shield, CCL if they're there, Leagues Cup if they're there, Open Cup. Well, now you can't play. You only can play 2 of the 3. Can Champ, MLS Cup, so 4, I think. 4. Memberships galore. Yes. Lovely. Showing. There we go. There we go. Okay. We'll deal with that. There it is. That's for later. Boom. All right. Go Big Ol'. Big Ol'! But there we go. Who's going to sing? Which match was better last year? CM Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell, Cody, or Roman? Honestly, Punk versus Drew. There comes the trophy. Toussaint Ricketts and Hermosillo bringing it out. Gyökeres to Arsenal, what do you think? I think it's a good move. They need a striker. They're finally getting one. They're finally getting one. The trophy's coming out and kick off in 8 minutes. But we're on our way. 5 gifted super or members. I'll throw those in when the throw those in and boom. Did you see Pyramids won the Champions League? Well, no, I did not. I did not. Did not see it. Did not see it. So they're going to the Intercontinental Cup this December. Probably going to lose, but we'll find out. Will Cruz Azul or Vancouver join them and probably end up playing them? We'll see. Well, who knows? And then also, of course, we have the Pyramids beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Yep. Okay. Of course, we have PSG going to the final automatically of the Intercontinental Cup because they won the UEFA Champions League. So we'll see them again, of course, during the Club World Cup as well. But I think we have every team but the Southern or the South American team. Here we go. Yeah, it's 2025. PSG, Al Ahly, Pyramids, Auckland City, the winner of the CONCACAF final will join up. And then we have win Euros once for Champions League twice. Champions League. Is it a good thing for the Whitecaps they win? Of course it is. Score, it hasn't even started yet, Blue Jays. Welcome back. It's been a while. Trying to catch up a little bit. Of course he did. Of course he did. Pinche pendejo Americanista Morales. That's also a running joke that won't die, I bet. Hopefully not, Pepito. Hopefully not. Vamos la máquina. I'm petty. Vamos la máquina. O Copa America Femenina is this summer as well. Nobody even talked about that one. And then, of course, in November 29th, we'll have the CONMEBOL champions to finish out the list of teams in the Intercontinental Cup next year. Or this year, I should say. So the winner of this game will not know their opponent until November 29. Probably will know where they're going first before they even know their opponent. People see people hating on the Savannah Bananas because tickets are more expensive. Well, hey, they got popular, so it is what it is. Such is life. Teams are walking out. Here we go. Mexico City, 7,350 feet altitude. Profe Jardinet. Payaso Jardinet. Okay, why are you turning on him? You're not Televisa. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. If they fire him, don't play into it, please. They haven't even been pissed off. Like, I haven't seen nothing of them being pissed off yet, which is crazy. Pyramids in Auckland City are going to play Al Ahly. The winner of that will play the winner of the CONMEBOL CONCACAF game. And that is 10 December. Okay, so the CONMEBOL game's 10 December. Challenger Cup's 13th. And then 17 December is PSG versus the winner of the Challenger Cup. And they're standing in the line, and we're about ready to go. We will quickly, well, not quickly, but we will see who ends up being the CONCACAF representative to the Intercontinental Cup and the next Club World Cup. The first one to the next Club World Cup. Cruz Azul or Whitecaps? We're going to find out. Cruz Azul wearing blue. Whitecaps wearing white with a hoop. We're about ready to go. Yeah, I would agree with that. Kind of like how Pachuca did Madrid. Commercial, really? Remember when Oliveira said Bielsa told him to leave LAFC and MLS because players get soft? I said to Bielsa, take that, and to Oliveira, be more grateful next time. I don't know if he wanted to leave. It was Bielsa forced him to leave. Let's not be too harsh, okay? Let's not be too harsh. Well, they were coping by saying, oh, the Mundial means more. So, yes, I believe they did. I don't know if that mattered, but they did. I don't know if it mattered, but they did. I don't know if it mattered, but they did. So, do that what you will. Don't know if it mattered, but they did. Azul win the 7th. I think, don't they tie America? Oh, that counts the Giants Cup, yeah. Mir, Piovi, Lira, Dita, Rotondi, Rodriguez, Faravelli, Sanchez, Bogus, Rivero, and Sepulveda for Cruz Azul. Yes, they would have. So, hey, Club America helped the Gold Cup for sure. Ah, they're using the wrong Cruz Azul logo. Huh. Fox, you suck. Vancouver Whitecaps FC, Takoka, Atakubi, Blackman, Veselinovic, Ocampo, Ngando, Cubas, Vite, Nelson, Brian White, Ali Ahmed. No Sebastian Berhalter. He had 2 yellow cards during the semifinal series, 1 per leg. Suspended him for the final. So that's, if you want Vancouver to lose, that's good news. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And we're about ready to go at Seoul. Vicente Sanchez versus Jesper Sorensen. Jesper Sorensen's just wearing a damn khaki shirt. This man doesn't give a crap, doesn't he? Hey, good for him. Also Cincinnati DNA, but you know, let's not forget he played there as well. Then he went to Toluca, then he went to LAFC. Here we go. I found out I was watching the U.S. Women's National Team play China because that's just how it worked out. Here we go. Center ref tonight is Walter Alexander Lopez Castellanos is the center ref. And here we go. The final of the Champions Cup. 90 minutes to a champion, maybe 120, maybe penalties. Who knows? I predicted Cruz Azul to win. Let's see if I'm right. Is Berhalter being out going to be a problem? We're going to find out. And Vancouver kicks off. And they start the game with the ball. Vancouver in white, Cruz Azul in blue. Vancouver Whitecaps. Somewhere they never thought they'd be in the Champions Cup final. Mir plays it forward. And here we go. Nice atmosphere. It's more than I expected. It's better than I expected it to be for it not being at Cruz Azul's actual stadium. Playing forward. Here comes Cruz Azul. They play forward quickly. Cross in. Switches the play. Rotondi cross save by Takoka. Big chance there. I agree. Well, I mean, yeah. I also think that Anselmi shouldn't have went to Porto. But okay. Don't really know why I compared that, but sure. Cruz Azul has more possession so far, 120, which we'll see if that helps. Cruz Azul playing slow. Dita. Cross over the top. Headed away. Chip through. That'll go right to Takoka. Plays it with his feet. Bogush couldn't get there. Cruz Azul and Canada have the same mentality problem. Well, them and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know Cruz Azul, Toronto Maple Leafs have the same mentality problem. Stuff to get rid of one of Bernadeschi or Insigne to get him, turns out, because we have that 2 DP. I'll correct myself. Toronto FC has the 2 DP for TAM U22 slot thing, which is stupid, but damn. State lost to Florida State. Mississippi State season is over. Damn. Headed away. 2:45. 0-0. Settle a settle. They choke not a little. They choke a lot. Yep, I saw that. Zimmerman, Aronson, Harriel are joining the June training camp for the USMNT. I saw that like 2 hours ago or something. $3.12. Mir has the ball at his feet. 3:28. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. Playing forward. Dita back to Mir. Cruz Azul's trying to play this a little bit too short. I don't know if I like the way they're playing. Bad giveaway. Sanchez gets the ball back. Free kick for Cruz Azul. Adekube gets called for the foul. So far, I'm not saying Cruz Azul's the team who has more possession. I don't like how they're playing short, but they have more possession. But they're kind of letting themselves get caught up at the back. It feels like they're going to make a mistake that they shouldn't make. Playing forward, cross in, play down. Bad clearance by Ocampo. Cross into the box. Header. Goes down, and that's out for a throw. Sepulveda couldn't bring it down. I'm not sure winning this game for the Caps is good. They'll have to win another game to get the Club World Cup. They travel more than any other team. No, because the Club World Cup, they're going to be in the next Club World Cup. And they're automatically in the Intercontinental Cup. If they win in December, so I would think so, yeah. I think close. They haven't lost since the Chicago game, but is that 15 games? Has it been that long? Was it that early? It hasn't been that long? Jesus Christ. How we doing, Nestor? Playing forward. Let's see. Fixtures. Let's count. 1, 2. Oh, they would have played Portland today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, 15 unbeaten all comps. Yes. This will be 16 if they win. Yep. Playing forward. Playing forward, Vancouver trying to play it short as well. Okay, we're just having short passes throughout this match. Okay. It's on FS1 and TUDNA. Be a goal kick. Okay, playing forward. Cruz Azul has free kick. Goal, playing forward, Cruz Azul. Shot, goal! There it is, 1-0. One nil Cruz Azul. Gol de la máquina. Gol de la máquina, 1-0. $7.56, 1-0. Wow, horrible play. Sloppy by the Whitecaps there. San Diego debut was a good team like LAFC debut, but without the hype in Miami. Well, yeah. 8-16. Horrible giveaway. $8.44. Sloppy. Goal for Rivero. Ignacio Rivero scores the goal. Horrible giveaway by the Whitecaps. Can't do that in the final. $9.08, 1-0. The captain. $1-0, 1-0. Playing forward. One nil. Bad giveaway by the Whitecaps. Bottom of the box. We need a goalie. Well, the way that Phil Neville wants to run it, probably. Or did he stop caring about Panamis being the starter? Playing forward. $10 minutes. James is hurt. Oh, well, that makes sense. And Crepos had a pretty good run. Toluca played against, instead of America, what LAFC still got in the spot? Well, no, I don't think so. But then you have the fact of I'm not sure. I think Toluca would have won. Toluca with Turco Mohammed, yes. Not with Pavia. What would have been Turco? But in general, who knows if they fire Jardine? If he were to be fired, it'd be interesting who America would even hire. But then why would I don't like it, man. I don't exactly like the idea. Do you want me to? Why would you do that? No, I don't want Charlie Rodriguez on my club. No. He'd be like a younger trash. Well, Oso's pretty trash, but he'd be a younger Oso. No. No. He ain't even that young. 12th minute. Right now, I still think Cruz Azul would. LAFC, they're warming up, but I still think it'd be Cruz Azul. Freed up some cap space, wave to Rahul. Well, okay. Playing forward. I think most teams will. Well, whether they're in Club World Cup or not. He was a good pickup. He was a good pickup. He was a good pickup. I didn't expect him to be, well, he's always been a solid player, but I didn't expect him to be such a good pickup. Okay, that's pretty funny. Acting froggy in LAFC's name, that was pretty funny. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, probably. I probably was acting too froggy in their name. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. 15th minute. I mean, yeah, Toronto won the second leg of that final away. Yeah. I don't think it was the last time. It surely can't be. It surely can't be the last time it happened. Vancouver drew in Mexico twice. Seattle drew in Mexico. Anderson Duarte, U20 champion of Uruguay at the World Cup. Wait, was that the one where they beat Italy? Don't remind me. That was hell. I did that game live. Saved. I did that game live. Don't remind me. That was a horrible game. Horrible game. Where's this game being played? Seu, Pumas' stadium. Because for some reason, Cruz Azul wanted to play at Seu instead of Estadio Azul. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they chose Seu. I don't even think, and I think that was a Anselmi decision, and then he left. And now they're stuck at Seu. But they got a good fan base out. They won, yeah. Crew won on penalties against, maybe it is Toronto Chivas. Playing forward. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. But he's very talented. The crazy part is, did he even play that game? No, he did. Yeah, no. No, he did play that game, yeah. He did play that game against Italy. I remember now. Because I think they did have the names on the back of their jerseys, and yeah, he did play that game. Vancouver Whitecaps lose. They're going to blame it on the runs. No, that was Columbus. Oh, London Knights are winning the Memorial Cup final. 2-0. Easton Cowan scored. People say he ain't ready for the NHL. Oh, and he tied Mitch Marner's Memorial Cup points record. Tell me he's not ready for the NHL? Wrong. '18th minute. Horrible start. I wouldn't say a horrible start for Vancouver, but you can't be that sloppy. You can't. No. Also, it doesn't help that Berhalter is suspended. As I said, Berhalter being suspended was going to make this harder. It's like that Atuesta being suspended for the Tigres final in 2020. You don't want that. It's very similar to that situation, except, well, one was a red card that probably shouldn't have happened. One was 2 yellow cards that you got to do better. Like, you got to know you're on one, and then Berhalter plays a little bit too rough sometimes. Also, probably helps he was playing Messi. 19th minute. What theories? PSV and Munich theories. What are the theories? Makes me feel like calculus. Well, I never. Oh, Lord. So you understand when I say Cruz Azul or the Leafs. So you know I'm right. Okay. Shot wide. Damn. How did you? Now, I want to know how you chose that. Jesus Christ. I want to know how you chose to be a Leafs fan. Is it Austin? Because that would make sense. Was it Austin? Because, Austin is his mother's Mexican. He has Mexican heritage. Was it Austin? Or is it just ironic he's on the team? No team beat PSV. The UCL won UCL the same year. The Munich theory is every time the finals played in Munich, new champions crowned. Oh, well, there you go. Okay. The theorem, corner. So you know I'm right. Platense won it. What does the Argentinian league come to that Platense won it? They've got problems. Actually, there's a really good video on this. HITC Sevens did, like, what's happening in the Argentinian league or Argentinian football. It's a really good video. I think it explains it better than I can, but Argentinian football's got problems. Well, good for them. Platense. What's going on? Dylan, speak for Boca. If you're here, speak for your team. What the hell happened? I thought so. There we go. I thought so. Sucks he didn't play well against Florida, but, It's a question. Did you find me because of Cruz Azul or the Leafs games? Still a good league. Platense, the champions of Argentina. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Brazilian league is so much better right now. Arsenal beat PSV earlier UCL since the final was played in Munich. PSG was destined to win. True. Because Milan won with Jose Mourinho. Remember when Jose Aura farmed at Camp Nou? Remember when that happened? As like Barcelona's anthem was playing and then Milan won. Oh, Barca already won it as well, but their defense was already dodgy. The funny thing about Barca is their defense was so dodgy, I'm not surprised. They would have lost the final too. I don't know if they would have lost 5-0, but, you know, they would have lost. Clausura, come on, Boca. That's another thing I find weird about the Argentinian league. Their Apertura is the first part of the year, then their Clausura is the second. Mexico is, well, actually, Panama is the same way. Panama is the same way. Their Apertura is the start of the year, but Mexico, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Honduras, they're all the Mexican way, so Argentina is the Panama way. Yeah. Oldham got promoted. Awesome. Good for them. To the National League. Good. They got a lot of history, Oldham, so. Forge Cruz Azul. So it was for the Leagues Cup live reaction Igor some years back. Champions Cup. Forge Cruz Azul, yes. And that was probably the best tie that Forge played against a Mexican team. The Monterrey tie sucked. Chivas, I thought they were beatable. They weren't, though. Wrexham in the championship. Yeah, I hope they make it to the Prem. I want Wrexham to go straight up. 4 straight promotions to the Prem. Oh, Lord. Are they going to get relegated after that? Probably. But actually, if anybody could survive their first year in the Prem after all these like straight relegations for the championship teams, it'd probably be Wrexham. But having quesadillas tonight. Honestly, I need to binge watch the rest of Welcome to Wrexham. And also binge watch Drive to Survive. Yeah. Damn. '25th minute. That's true, but it's not like Ryan Reynolds bought it to just like wave it around like a play toy. Him and Rob actually care. See, people wouldn't care either if they were just using it as a play toy. Like, they actually care. That's the good part of the story. Like, they've actually learned about the city. They care about the city. They care about the team. Like, they don't just do this for... I don't think they just do it for good PR. I think they actually care. Especially Rob. Now, we'll see what happens with Ryan Reynolds because of the Blake Lively situation, but his wife. But we'll see. But I think they actually care. I don't think... Well, you should have known that. Bootlegger was around. What, you never heard of Bootlegger? You never heard of Bootlegger? Come on now. Yeah, because I actually care. They actually got a spinoff too. Yeah, well, you said that. Yeah, they got a spinoff too. I might watch that. That's part of the joke. That's part of the joke. Well, not exactly a joke. It's part of the comparison. I can only imagine. Cross in. I just have a soft spot for Cruz Azul. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I want to see them succeed. I couldn't imagine actually being a Cruz Azul fan and a Leafs fan at the same time. I couldn't imagine. Well, okay, it's probably like being a Ferrari fan. Except Ferrari's red. It's like being a Ferrari fan. I get disappointed every weekend. But Charles Leclerc finished P3. Only because Max Verstappen lost his head and went postal, but sure. But yeah, at least Sauber finished P5 because Max lost his head. I was just hoping Lando would win. He didn't. Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland are promoted to the Prem. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de la máquina! 2-0! 2-0! Golazo! Golazo! Faravelli! Lorenzo Faravelli! Golazo! 2-0! I like them. I like them. I'd say, I'll give you this. I see Mexican teams as rivals because I want to see Toronto win the Champions Cup. So I see them as rivals, but the team I like the most in Mexico is probably Cruz Azul. So I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'd go as far as say I'm a fan, but I'd say they're the one I like the most. Will you take that? Shot. The Faravelli shot. Kubas got rolled and just boom. Takaoka couldn't save it. So, I mean, yeah, sure. Goal. Cruz Azul, Faravelli, golazo. They still, I still can't believe San Jose dropped a quinceañera invite meme on their heads. That was nuts. Whitecaps is getting shit on. Well, Kubas got ran. He got spun around. There's a difference. They had a sloppy giveaway. No, this won't be 5-0. Cool. Yeah, I think I should go to Burlington instead of Ross. I'm starting to realize to find jerseys. I don't think it'll be 5-0. Faravelli, oh goodness. How does Miami lose to this team? Because they're frauds, that's why. Playing forward, block away. They're a bunch of frauds. Miami. Honestly, I don't know who I want to win. Didn't you say you wanted Vancouver to win, Josh? I don't know, because they're a Mexican team. This is CONCACAF. Well, Cruz Azul. Join me. Corner for Vancouver. Wow. What a goal by Faravelli. Here's the corner. Cross in, headed away by Cruz Azul. We got 28 minutes. 2-0. 28. Yeah, I could tell that what that is. 30 minutes. Well, yes. Yes, they will. Or maybe, well, I mean, that Blaze Matuidi for a while and they sucked ass, so who knows? That Blaze Matuidi for a while and they sucked ass. So do with that what you will. 30th minute. Yep. I thought they did well with that as well, yeah. Trying to help teams that have a history and a big fan base. I don't even know if that's true. Well, Calgary used to play in Atlanta, and then they got moved to Calgary. Just like that's just a shirt. Oh, that's a Calgary shirt. Oh, okay. It could have been a Johnny Gaudreau shirt, though. Everybody loves Johnny Gaudreau. I don't know. I think I'm going to be a little bit nicer tonight if the Whitecaps lose. I think I'm going to be a little bit nicer. Not a Johnny Gaudreau shirt. Speaking of, I actually have to give the Florida Panthers credit. The Florida Panthers ran the Gaudreau 5K yesterday, the whole team, honoring Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, who, of course, passed away late last year during that traffic accident while they were riding their bikes. I have to give, the Florida Panthers, it's sad. Man, it's sad that Johnny passed. He was a really good hockey player. I always liked him. I always thought he was a really solid player. And sadly, seems like a pretty solid dude too. As Billy Joel said, only the good die young. Nobody's going to get that reference, aren't they? Yeah, I thought so. Playing forward. No. Now, that tackle, that's got to be something. That's, come on. No. That can't be clean. Big up, Adam. Oh, by the way, you got gifted a membership. I hope you noticed that by Dylan, so. Born in Salem County, New Jersey, the Gaudreaus, yeah. Corner for Cruz Azul. So it was a clean tackle. Cross in. Header. Goes down. Plays back. Dita. Shot blocked. Yeah, Cruz Azul's just damn. Throw in for Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul beat down Vancouver the right way. Well, I wouldn't say it's a beat down yet. Vancouver made 2 defensive mistakes that led to goals, but Cruz Azul's holding on. But again, we still have over a half to play. Still, like a half and a half to play? Under 60 minutes, 55 minutes to play. So, we'll see what happens. Vancouver looks horrible tonight. Playing forward. Yep. Cruz Azul knocked out America the quarterfinals of this tournament, and America got their revenge in the semifinals of the Liga. And then they lost the final and the Club World Cup spot anyway. At least LAFC showed up for MLS, says people. People are pissed off with Vancouver's performance. They knocked out Seattle. Yep. And a Dominican team. No, Raul Hope was Haitian. No, Raul Hope was a Haitian team. They played in Dominica. They played in Dominican Republic. They played in the Dominican Republic. They're like Pachuca all over again. Oh, no, this is not as bad. Bleh. Club America, Cruz Azul is the biggest rivalry in Mexico this year. Blah. They played in the Dominican Republic. Playing forward. That game. Really. He might be the one who gets traded. 36 minute. Carlson. Shot! Goal! 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 3 goals! And that's a goal from Rivero once again. A tap-in. Haitian club who was playing in Dominican Republic due to the government problems. Wish Haitian teams can play in Haiti. It's called government problems. That's game 3-0. GG's. Game blouses. Game blouses. What is going on? Cruz Azul is actually winning. Rivero with 2 goals. Rotondi crossed it in. "37th minute. Cross in by Rotondi. Sepulveda. No, Sepulveda got the goal. No, Sepulveda got the goal. What do they mean Rivero got the goal? Oh, yeah, Sepulveda. No, it was on El Sepulveda. My bad. Sepulveda, 37th minute. 3-0. Oh, my days. Cross in by Rotondi. Cross in for Sepulveda. Oh, my days. Whitecaps D is getting burned tonight because Miami are frauds. Just like PSG. Well, "39th minute. I don't know if they're trying to do what PSG did. But 40th minute. Another one-sided final. Well, at least the LAFC game won one-sided. Well, Cruz Azul's doing better. Shockingly, one-sided game. I didn't expect it to be. Can you really call the LAFC game? Well, that wasn't one-sided. But second, yeah, 3-0. Well, he's winning anyway. I'd say 3-0 is leaving with dignity. But I don't understand why they want to get rid of him. Like, it makes no sense to me. Makes 0 sense to me why they want to get rid of him. Because he's a good coach. Like, I mean, Almada's Almada, but what? Like, Vicente Sanchez is about to win the Concachampions Cup. Why you want to get rid of the guy? Cruz Azul saving football. No, that's what LAFC did. Well, I would agree, but Mir, 41st minute. Well, technically, you still have that Giants Cup that makes it 8-7. Technically. Just 50 minutes away for Cruz Azul. Canadian team losing to a Mexican team means Mexico beat Canada at the Gold Cup. They're giving us a preview. Wrong. I don't see why that connects. I don't see why that connects or how, personally. The Giants Cup, I forgot about that. Yeah, that one time they did that for, I think it was to play into a Club World Championship. The same one Man United did, like the first one, I think. The 2001, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but or was it something they were trying to do every year? Make it the Champions Cup, but then it failed. 43rd minute. Yep. Cruz Azul's going to play the Intercontinental Cup. 44th minute. That's why you don't. Maybe. Play better. Play better. 44th minute. Cruz Azul Toluca LAFC played Mexican football. LAFC had home field advantage. No, they didn't. America fans packed out that stadium. What do you mean? Cross in. Shot, goal. Nope, not anymore. 4 goals in 1 half. Mateusz Bogusz scores. '45th minute. 4-0, 4-0. It's done now. They might just do a Jesus. Not as dominant, but sort of. 45th minute. Bogusz scores. 4 goals. Cruz Azul. PSG. They ain't coming back now. You shouldn't believe. It was all over when the 3rd goal went in. Oh, gosh. Please end this. It's going to end bad. Vancouver looks horrible. PSG didn't even score 4.5. They're frauds. Miami are frauds. Vancouver was playing well. They kind of started swooning this month. I won't lie. MLS defending is awful. America would have smoked LAFC at this same stadium. Or Estadio Azul. What are we thinking? 5 goals? 7. And it's halftime. Oh, my God. They've already called halftime. 4-0, 4-0, halftime. They played better before this. I agree. The stadium is such a secret curse. Halftime. Playing in Mexico is hard. I don't know what it is. Playing in Mexico is hard. And besides, if it had a curse, why did Seattle draw here? Whitecaps. Whitecaps had a worse weekend. America had the worst one, though. Exactly. 3-0, you might could come back. Cruz Azul's going to choke it. Either way, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We will be back. 4-0, 4-0, miro tiempo. Wow. Sit tight, be back. All right, we're back for the stats at the half. Cruz Azul winning 4-0. I'm honestly shocked. We have 66% possession to 34% possession, 8 shots to 0, 5 shots on goal to 0, 264 accurate passes to 123, 90% pass accuracy to 80, 90% pass accuracy to 80, 5 fouls to 7, 3 corners to 1, 8 shots to 0, 5 shots on goal to 0, 293 pass to 154, 90% pass accuracy to 80. We have 20 throws to 5, 1 offside to 0, 0 yellow cards to 0, 0 red cards to 0. 4-0, 4-0 miro tiempo. Cruz Azul is beating up. Because you play to win. Well, you play to win. And Miami didn't play to win. They got what they deserved. They underrated Vancouver. They got what they deserved. We could do that, but you can't do that as a team. You can't underrate a team as a team. That's going to ruin you. And that's what Miami did. Now, with that being said, you look at the team and you look at the game and you sit here and you say, well, Cruz Azul, they look like the better team by far. They do. And honestly, to me, it's a bit shocking that this game's been 4-0 at the half. It's honestly shocking. Didn't expect it to go like this, but this is worse. Cruz Azul took notes from PSG, but it's worse. Because they're dumb. Like, if a guy wins you a CONCACAF Champions Cup and gets you to a Liga semifinal, but especially wins a Champions Cup, which they've won 6 times, but they haven't won in ages. Well, no, it's been a decade. It's been a decade since their last one. Doesn't that mean keep the guy? Like, I know Almada's Almada. I know he is, but maybe you give this guy a shot. But if we do and he sucks and Almada's picked up, well, that's life. That's life. I don't think you could sit here and throw a guy out with the bathwater, because then again, I guess it's Roberto Di Matteo type stuff. But you could did the same last year. Because he's the front-facing guy of the WWE machine. They really should be mad at Khan or Ari Emanuel or whoever the talent relations is. But nobody knows who talent relations is. So, yeah, Khan or Ari Emanuel is who they should be mad at. But they won't be. Triple H doesn't control who gets released or not. And he was using, and it doesn't matter because he was using R-Truth. Hell, I've been throwing shots at Columbus Crew for the bubble gut shit. Don't say that. Like, I still respect Willifred Nancy, but dude, you can't say, well, we had the bubble guts for like 3 days while being here. Don't do that. And I hope Sorensen's smarter than that. Don't. I said that. I know that. Poor Whitecaps. I love this. I love this. Liga MX's Reddit marked the freaking match thread as NSFW. Well, it makes sense. It's a 4-0 game. Vancouver might be dead, but Jeffrey Dahmer is taking his seat at Seu. That's why you get home field advantage. Exactly. And Miami's getting better at the right time. Exactly. Well, the Conference League final was pretty good. Technically, if you want to count the America LAFC game, that was a final that was pretty good. I don't know if I'd say the Europa League final was good. It was just close. But it wasn't really that close. I agree with you. Get rid of the salary cap. Yeah, that's why. Even though they're way more solid than NASL ever was. Like, the training wheels served a purpose, but not anymore. You haven't watched Chiseled Adonis? He makes that joke, too, when teams get their asses kicked during the NFL season. And I stole it for MLS because Isaiah said it, too. We both stole it. Shouts to Chiseled Adonis. Which MLS team do you see going the farthest in the Club World Cup based on their groups? Weirdly enough, Pachuca. Like, I know they have Jimmy Lozano, but Pachuca always has played over their level internationally. That wasn't just an Almada thing, so probably Pachuca. Red Bull Salzburg sucks anyway. Al Hilal, I could see Pachuca beating. Real Madrid, that's going to be tough, but I don't see Miami going deep if they South Korea the tournament. If they treat Miami like South Korea in 2002, then Miami will go deep for sure. They are getting better, but they still have to help them. Laborda's on for Ocampo. LAFC, they may get out of the group, but I don't think they'll go that far, and they will definitely lose to Chelsea. Flamengo's going to be tough for LAFC. They should be ES Tunis. 4 points is probably their high water mark, maybe 6. They'll be lucky if they get 6. Monterrey, I don't know why Monterrey fans are like, oh, we'll beat PSG or we'll beat Inter because PSG beat the shit out of them. Cross in by Rivero, nope, blocked away. I don't see it. And Seattle, they got the group of death, so yeah, probably Pachuca or Miami. Those are probably the teams with the 2 best chances. It technically was a final, though. It was a playoff final to get into the Club World Cup. Technically, it was a playoff final, just like a championship playoff final. Maybe. I said they have getting 6 points probably their best possible situation. I don't think they're getting anything off of Chelsea. If they were playing a team like Salzburg, I could see LAFC winning that game. Or even a team like Inter. But not Chelsea. Pachuca's not MLS. Pachuca. I don't see Pachuca beating Al Hilal. Not Miami. If the Whitecaps beat them the way they did, I doubt it. But they're getting better now. They're hitting form at the right time, like the Whitecaps swooned at the wrong time. Yeah. Flamengo was America. I thought they would have. The trophy was the qualification, $9.5 million for qualifying. Pretty much. Just like there's $1 million. The trophy, there's a trophy for the championship playoff final, but the real prize is the promotion and the $1 million game or whatever. If they call that a final, 48th minute. Diego says, Tigres beat Palmeiras, be campeón. I think LAFC has a chance. Yeah, but they're playing Flamengo. If it happens for a CONCACAF team, it's going to be Monterrey. Because Sergio Ramos. I don't see LAFC getting Cristiano Ronaldo. And since Chelsea's getting Liam Delap and he's going to play the Club World Cup, that Chelsea-Cristiano short-term deal ain't happening. Man, that sucks. I would have bought a Cristiano Chelsea jersey even if he was only there for a month. But either way. Header! Shot! Goal! 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 Angel Sepulveda with a header. It's 5. It's 5 for La Máquina. 5 para La Máquina. 5-0. Jesus H. Christ. This is ugly. This is ugly. And the game ain't over yet. Angel Sepulveda. Did he just do the crane from Karate Kid? Come on. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg, Johnny. 50th minute. 5-0, 5-0. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Do the wrestling, do the themes, the wrestlers have count? Because Maria's theme. With Legs Like That by Zebrahead, that's, I don't care if that was her theme or not. That's a good song. Damn. 5-0. Oh, we already answered that. Blowout. Yeah, I think you should be. I think it was at ease at halftime, but 5-0, there's no way they blow this, right? Brian White's not going to score 5 goals in 40 minutes, right? That's not going to happen, right? There's no way. Why aren't they defending? I mean, the game was over at halftime. What's the point? There we go. There we go, Rory. Just the menu soundtracks. I don't really remember any songs. I have the games. I don't really remember. Like, the soundtracks of SmackDown vs. Raw games that were just songs for the game soundtrack. It's not like, what's it called? MVP Baseball 2005. That soundtrack. That's an awesome soundtrack. Yes, they do. They look stupid when they lost. That's true. I actually watched that game live. Not on the channel, but like, didn't even review it, but like Thanksgiving weekend. Like, I was working on the best of reel that year, and I was sitting at the coffee table. I was sitting at the coffee table. And as I was sleeping up in the living room because family came over for Thanksgiving, and I was watching the game in the living room as I was working on the best of reel. And I think it was 21 though, wasn't it? And they were just coming back. And then that's when I found out about the seating rule. Oh, God. That was 21, wasn't it? No, it was 21. Either way. Yeah, it was 21. Unless I'm confused. Whitecaps are playing like the Maple Leafs. Yeah, like the Florida series. Liga MX is far better than MLS. That's not my opinion. It's a fact. Hey, get rid of the salary cap, and then boom, it'll be different. Yeah, and you knocked him out to get here as well. Well, here's the problem: if you give up, if you stop at defending just to attack and score goals, you're going to allow more goals. I think you just got to forget about winning this game if you're Vancouver, to be real. I mean, the team I like the most is Cruz Azul. I wouldn't say they're my favorite because I still see Liga MX teams as competition. I want Toronto to win the Champs Cup. They could still be the first Canadian team to win the Champions Cup because Vancouver is dead. But I guess Cruz Azul is the closest thing to a favorite. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh. No, you might have just done it. You might have just done it. Is it a signed jersey, though? You might have just done it. But yeah, speaking of, I would love to see NHL do a global series and have the Leafs play in Mexico City. Arena Mexico. Leafs play 2 games at Arena Mexico against like Florida and Dallas. Leafs fans will travel. Like, Leafs fans from Toronto would travel. Shit, I'd probably consider going. Damn. If they did that. I'm doing good. Well, 3 all time. 1 in the modern era, 3 all time because that DC United LA Galaxy one's in the 90s. If you get rid of the salary cap, they'll win more. Saved by Mir, but true. This is true. But we don't talk about Costa Rica having a chance of winning this tournament, so. They haven't won one since 2005. And that's why we talk about the modern era. They haven't won one since 2005. And that's why we talk about the modern era. Saprissa won the last one for Costa Rica. I mean, if they, yeah, they would. Because I don't see them allowing 5 goals to Cruz Azul. Of course, it was versus Pumas. Saprissa versus Pumas. And then Pumas let Seattle win it. Let's not let Pumas ever play this tournament ever again. Or at least make the final. Unless they play Toronto. Yeah. The Hip, Tragically Hip, amazing band. Rush, amazing band. I have to agree. Playing forward. Stan Rogers, Barrett's Privateers. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Yep, they're going to get rid of Vicente Sanchez no matter what happens tonight. He goes out kicking Vancouver's ass. I guess that's the best way to go out. Kicking ass. Oh. '57th minute. Cruz Azul are dumb. Yep. We've been talking about that like twice already tonight. And London Knights won the Memorial Cup. Lovely. 57th minute. He's a legitimate star. I hate to admit it, but Tyrese Halliburton, the Halliban, is a legitimate star. And I hope the Halliban is a legitimate star. That was from the header, 58th minute. The Halliban is a legitimate star. Halliban. I hope Indiana beats OKC. Foul baiting Shai. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a foul baiter. He baits fouls, and he's a diver. He's a flopper. Foul baiting flopper. Open the jar. Halliburton. Halliban. Come on, Halliban. 59th minute. Over the top. Yeah, they forgot. But hey, ain't that forgot they played a UEFA Champions League final? So is it? Sometimes you just do. Sometimes you forget it's a final. I don't think Cruz Azul were. Okay, yeah, Vancouver played horribly, but I think Vancouver's played more horribly than how good Cruz Azul's played. And I'm not trying to downplay Cruz Azul here, but I think Vancouver legitimately played like shit here. Like, they legitimately played horribly right now. They legitimately are playing horribly right now. Well, he'll talk about him anyway during the offseason. Boom! Ball went back to Boch, top of the box for the fourth goal, and he just banged it in. Boom. He'll still talk about him. Still have to hear Stephen A. Smith talk. Well, I like Stephen A. I like Stephen A., but he'll still talk about him. Ha! 60th minute. By the way, let's laugh at Vanderbilt, the first ever #1 national seed. #1 national seed to not make it out of the regionals. Ha 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 ha! Love to see Vandy lose. What a joke of a team. Herc's story's hilarious. Vancouver and Ain't That As Bad are so similar, blended in. Interesting. How Vandy gonna lose? I thought Vandy was better than that. But Mississippi State lost to Florida State. They were in Tallahassee. And besides, Florida State's just good this year. It was never going to be like 2018. So, yeah, hopefully. So 2 straight regional exits for Mississippi State. Could have been worse. They missed the playoffs the 2 years after winning the title. So, mm. 62nd minute. Vancouver overrated. What a disaster. I'll agree with that. Ball crossed in. Dita free kick for Vancouver. 62nd minute. Oh. Here's some that I didn't expect. Every F1 team has scored more than 10 points this year on the Constructors' Championship after 9 races. Renault has 11 points. Aston Martin has 16. Sauber with 16. Most of that probably coming from today. Haas, 26. Racing Bulls, 28. Williams, go Williams. 54. Go Williams! Go Williams! Well, ain't that some? Red Bull, 144. Mercedes, 159. Ferrari, 165. McLaren, 362. Well, that makes sense because they're top 2 drivers. Either way. Go Williams. Yeah. Playing forward. Vancouver. Cross, blocked. Lamel. Will they score 7 goals? I mean, it's kind of cooled down a little bit. Wouldn't shock me if it happened. Playing forward. Well, I mean, I've never stepped to one. It could be true. I mean, yeah, it's harder probably because it's closer to the plate. The ball's probably rising due to the release point. It's not as fast as a major league fastball. Maybe the release point makes it harder if you're used to see it come out from overhand. You put Aaron Judge in front of it, he'd probably hit it. It depends on who you put in front of it that would make that true or not. Yakamaki's coming on. Depends on who you put in front of it. Aaron Judge probably hit it. Cruz Azul letting off the gas. Well, they're winning anyway, so I don't think somebody's going to score 5 goals in 25 minutes. Vancouver's going to score 5 goals in 25 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. 65th minute. 5-0, 65th minute. Probably won't get stoppage time either. '65th minute. I don't know. Vancouver beat a poor Inter Miami team. All MLS pundits overhyping them and predicted they'll win. Everything, even Monterrey and Pumas was only away goals. They almost got spanked by Saprissa. But those second legs, I can understand why those second legs were in Mexico. This never happened. They played very solidly. Chiquete coming on and Yakamaki's coming on for Rivero. And I understand it slightly. I had Cruz Azul winning. I thought it would be closer. But I understand it because those away games in Mexico where they played Monterrey and Pumas, solid, very good away matches. And yeah, Miami, they underrated, they underplayed, and they got their asses kicked because they're frauds, and they underplayed Vancouver. But, like, looking at if you looked at the way they played in Mexico and what they did to Miami, you'd be like, yeah, they have a chance. Like, this is shocking. Bogus, 67th minute. This is truly shocking that they're playing the way they are. If you're talking about a football tackle, well, probably. Talk about a soccer football tackle. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. The men look weaker. The men legit look weaker when they get tackled. Yeah, because they dive like punks. I actually respect. I respect it. Not how the men get tackled. I respect. Like, the women are like, okay, dust myself off, get back up. I'm like, yeah, play like that. Why can men not play like that? Like, seriously. That's called a reverse trope or whatever. I respect it. Exactly. Call the pirate. He's a horrible defender. The problem is they need to fix their defense, and he's a horrible defender. He's going to be a slight flop, I think. He will score free kicks. He will score goals. He can't defend. Trent can't defend. No, he can't defend. The good news is he'll score goals. But honestly, he was better in the midfield than an outside back for a while there. He can't defend. Yakamakis! Oh, headed off the line! The best play of Vancouver's game. Veselinovic heads it off the line. Sadly enough, you're still losing 5-0. Yakamakis tried to just chip that thing. Horrible giveaway by Takaoka. Oh, boom. 70th minute. Corner for Rotondi. 69th minute. 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. There probably won't be any stoppage time, though. Cross in. Header cleared. There's no way they would actually give stoppage time. 5-0? Nah, this game's over when it's over. 70th minute. Cruz Azul about to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Time is ticking away. Time is ticking away. '70th minute. What's your thoughts on Miami spanking Columbus 5-1? Miami is rounding into form at the right time. If they want to win or do anything at the Club World Cup, they need to round back into form, and they have done that. Past 2 games, they played very well. So I think this is the Miami you expect to see. Now do it at the Club World Cup. Habib was at the Champions League final. With speed. Playing forward. That is wild. Khabib and Speed were at the same desk during the Champions League show on CBS. Well, I mean, it's kind of a commentator's job to talk about the game and I guess sell emotions. So it is what it is. 72nd minute. Oh, they're selling the USMNT Total 90 jerseys from like 06, I think. Cool. I actually like those. They're honestly better than, well, no, the USA kits this year are pretty good, especially the pinstripe kit. Next season. Like, it'd be stupid for him to come back now, but it sounds like it might be next season, so. Cruz Azul 5, yep. If Alex is here, he'll be happy about this, but Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. Everything that I got is just what I got on. When that sun is high in the Texas sky, I'll be bucking it to county fair. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo, I'll be there. Alex, you better have been here for that. Yes. Yes, I will. It's a final. It's not like my team got their ass kicked as well. Yeah. 74th minute. They did. They actually won in Mexico in 90 minutes. They did lose the penalty shootout, but they won in Mexico. They won on the night in Mexico, even though they lost the penalty shootout because of the aggregate. But they did win in Mexico, an actual match. Technically, they did. They lost the shootout because of the aggregate, but they won on the night in Mexico. So, It doesn't feel like that because they lost the shootout, but they won the 90 minutes in Mexico. Just the aggregate didn't give them the win, and they didn't have extra time either, so. I'm happy. What do you want to talk about? Her Kings World Club Cup or World Cup Club? You mean the Kings League? I don't get it, really. It's like futsal with influencers. I don't understand it. Like, I legit don't understand it. Does it seem cool? Yeah. Do I get it? No. Also, same thing with Baller League or whatever. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Again, well, that's also with influencers. There's more influencers there. But Kings League, old players and influencers. Baller League is just influencers. There's a difference. I don't get it. I get it confused at the same time as well. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. If you're talking about the USA's new generation, 2022. Losing in 17 for 18 started it, but 2022. If you're talking about fan base wise, 2002. Substitutions. Because it's hard to play in Mexico. Morales coming on for Sepulveda and Luca Romero coming on. The man who'd rather play for Argentina than Mexico. A Mexican who wants to play for Argentina is the opposite of Santi Jimenez. Well, when you play in Mexico, it's hard to do. Fadavelli's off for Romero. 77th minute. Huh, interesting. It sounds interesting. Yeah. Cross through, say Batacoca, 77th minute. Final 12 or so minutes. Hard to play in Mexico. Yep. Altitude. If they make the final, if PSG makes the Intercontinental Cup final, yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll do it if it happens. Karaoke song recommendation for a family reunion party. No sad or love songs, preferably. At the family reunion, who we introducing? Who we introducing? Who we introducing? At the family reunion. Sorry. Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. I think that's a good one. Or Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. There we go. Piano Man. I don't think it's a sad song, but My Life by Billy Joel. We Didn't Start the Fire. Bad Bad Leroy Brown by Jim Croce. I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday by Steve Azar. I'm giving you a couple. One Direction. A One Direction song. No. It's not that I don't like it. It's that, well, one, I'm going to be busy. Second of all, I don't even know when it is. That's also a problem. Now, wrestling, on the other hand. I'd say 2018, where it really started paying attention, 2022. Oh, God. No, I know you're trolling, but no. That would be something they would do. I could believe that. I can believe that. I think he's trolling. Blitzo's trolling, but let me see what the matches are. All these WWE.com, I guess. There we go. Money in the Bank. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. '80th minute goal kick. I mean, I could see Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank again. And honestly, Roxanne Perez and Seth Rollins. I don't see Penta winning it. LA Knight, that's a possibility, but I think Seth with this new gimmick. It's been 10 years. You know, him winning it again wouldn't be so bad. I think, 10 years in between Money in the Bank briefcases. I don't think that's a bad call. Honestly, I'm shocked about both. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. R-Truth and Carlito being released, it sucks. It sucks to see. Playing forward is 82nd minute. Playing forward. Corner. 82nd minute. Oh, Lord. Romero have a cross in. Let's see. Ric Flair, Steve Austin, John Cena, and The Rock. Dusty Rhodes has an argument to be there, but I only can pick 4 people. Hulk Hogan, buy rates, money he made, all that, yeah, sure. But actual in the ring work, no. As a person, no. Yeah, Ric Flair. He might have been a shit person. He might be a shit person. His in-ring work is immense. John Cena, Steve Austin, The Rock. Dusty Rhodes would probably be my closest to the guys who aren't on there, or are on there, or on it, aren't on there. Like, he'd be number 5. Shot wide. Dusty Rhodes would be number 5. He'd be number 5. All respect to Dusty. All respect to Dusty. Legend. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not the reason they got released. Oh, those are happening already. Ha, 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 ha. Undertaker should be close to 6th. I could say Undertaker at 6th. Dusty's still closer, though. Hogan's like 10th. Like, Hogan? No. No, because he still sucks for the national team. Let's see. He did not score a goal, yes. So, good job winning a Champions Cup. You still suck. Charlie Rodriguez still sucks. Cross in, header. Shot saved by Takaoka. Macho Man Randy Savage. Probably 7th. Yeah, Macho Man. He's right there with Dusty and Taker. Mick Foley as well. I could make like 3 Mount Rushmores. And that would be a lot fairer. And Hulk Hogan still wouldn't be on one of them. But Mick Foley, he's close. Macho Man, Taker, Dusty Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat. I want to say Ricky Steamboat is pretty close as well. Like people are too, they like to forget Ricky Steamboat too much. No, you can't do that. Now, of course, and that's just North American wrestling. Because if I start throwing out names like Genichiro Tenryu and Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi, you don't know who the hell that is. So I'm just going to leave it to North American wrestling. Because if I start throwing out Tenryu and Kobashi and you don't know who the hell that is. Muta, Great Muta, Kaiji Muto. Yeah, no, you don't. No. I like Puroresu as well. Sabu's a GOAT. Fair enough. Rest in peace, Sabu. Honorable mention. I gave Macho Man an honorable mention. Yeah, Sting and Bret Hart. They have honorable mentions as well. Yeah. Amazing ring work. Vic is on for Veselinovich, but doesn't matter. Do you agree? I agree with Sabu being a GOAT. Yeah. Especially extreme-wise. Rest in peace to Sabu. Canada can't catch a break. They can't even win a club cup. I had more hope for the Gold Cup. Let's be real. At least I could be happy about that. He's definitely not Mount Rushmore material. Like, yeah, Ultimate Warrior had his place, but he's not Mount Rushmore material. Santi Jimenez sucks for the national team. Why does nobody talk about that? Because Raul Jimenez is scoring. Headed away. Well, yeah, that's true. But at least they're beating the USA. But again, like I could also like put Mexican or Japanese wrestlers on my Mount Rushmore. I agree with that. But again, like I haven't heard it. But it was kind of wild how he died like the day after he was on Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania. That was wild. I don't know because he's winning. He hasn't given up anything. 87th minute. But again, like I could put Japanese wrestlers on my Mount Rushmore, but none of y'all would know Genichiro Tenryu, Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuharu Misawa. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. So I'm going to leave that alone. I love the history of Japanese wrestling as well. I mean, come on. Like I say Takaoka right. Come on. My mom lived in Japan for 4 years when she was in high school. I have a big respect for the Japanese culture and love for the country of Japan. There's a reason why I'm a fan. Like, it's not just me wanting to be a fan of Japan. I mean, I have a connection there. So, my mom lived there for 4 years in high school, and she still knows a good bit of Japanese. Like, I don't sound like a gaijin when I speak Japanese, you know? So, I mean, that's not, like, my affinity for Japan is not something that's weird, I would say. So, no Owen Hart. If Owen didn't die, Andre the Giant too. I don't know if I put Andre on Mount Rushmore. I mean, Andre was amazing for a giant, but I've never heard. Well, okay, yeah, his final promo was awesome. So, intensity, charisma, I'll agree about that. Yeah. That's a throwback. Pride FC was better than UFC. Honestly, Crow Cop, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Like, UFC is not, I'm not going to say it's not cool anymore, but UFC is not what it used to be. Like, it's not at its peak anymore. Like, Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor, that was like where it was at its peak. John Bones Jones, the end of the Brock Lesnar run, Chuck Liddell. But it's not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore. 10 seconds to go before they blow the whistle. It's got to be full time. Are they going to dump Gatorade on Vicente Sanchez? 90th minute. Let's see if they blow the whistle. Full time. Full time. 5-0. Cruz Azul are the champions of CONCACAF. 5-0 la campeón de la campeones de la CONCACAF. Cruz Azul. Vancouver came here just to get their asses kicked. I could see it. I could see it, but yeah. But Cruz Azul wins. For the woman, I would say Mae Young, Lita, Asuka, and Gail Kim. Gail Kim came around way too early. Like, she would have fit a lot better nowadays. Like, if she was like 10 years younger, she would have fit a lot better nowadays than back when she first came up. But, yeah. I think we got to give Gail Kim some respect. Let's just be real. We got to give her some respect. PSG Cruz Azul shakes hands. It's over. 5-0 for Cruz Azul, champions of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Kelly has nowhere. No. Kelly does not deserve to be on a Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling. I don't, she's hot. I don't think she's a good wrestler. Was right about the final. Yeah, I mean, Kelly probably on the freaking Mount Rushmore of women's wrestler hotness. I wouldn't say actual work. 5-0. Well, true. But I couldn't have done it after the Clausura, but I certainly can't do it now. Because she was hot. Because she was hot. Well, she still is. It wasn't about how she wrestled. It was because what she looked like. It was about her look. Tori Wilson should be on Mount Rushmore. Fair. See, I'll accept that. I still think Gail Kim deserves some more respect. But neutral venue for these finals. Stay and watch them lift the trophy. I got to make the review. So, with that being said, $5-0. Cruz Azul. 5-0. Campeón de la CONCACAF. Cruz Azul. The champions of the CONCACAF Champions Cup is Cruz Azul. I was right about the final. 1-1. 1-0 on the final. With that being said, we move. 5-0. If you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this game. And it's only common courtesy. I mean, what? You don't welcome people? Like what? When you invite people to your house, you don't welcome them? You have no manners. You have no manners. With that being said, yeah, no manners. But, counterpoint, Liv Morgan is a diva, but she has good in-ring work. Same with Rhea Ripley. They're both. They're both. With that being said, let's move on. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this game. 5-0 Cruz Azul. I get to smile tonight. Yay. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.